Welcome back to Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. We are in conversation with the man himself, Derek Watts. We can sit here all day. I'm loving this conversation with you, Derek. Really
as long
amazing.
as people aren't falling asleep. Hey, wake up.
Yeah, wake up. Come on, wake up. Come on.
Hey, nodding off there. Eh? Come on.
They're not used to seeing you so like real. Hey, they're used to seeing you like going out and chasing people and finding
that's
people.
Ron Burgundy.
Right?
No, man.
Oh, that's the other side. Yeah. When's the next pool party? Yeah. So we're talking about some of the things that happen in South Africa. One or two stories that stand out for you that in your time at Carte Blanche that have really like impacted you. Are there ones that stand out? Maybe one or two that you say that you still think about? I'm putting you really on the spot now.
You are indeed, Stephen. You are. You're putting me on the spot.
It can be anything. It can be a story that you recently done. It can be a story from years ago.
There are lots of stories. There are lots of stories. And lots of positive stories that we still do.
Yes.
And
which is important to give people hope.
Yeah. And we've gone overseas to see positive stories of people taking. What was a wonderful story where a lady was taking sort of supplies to Bosnia during the war there, and was raped and survived.
Wow.
But you asked me a question. What is the story that has impacted me the most? I'd say it was a young girl from Rodin School. And she was raped in the bathroom of her parents' house. And she got out through a little bar that size. I don't know how she did it, after being raped and locked in there.
Yeah.
Her parents had been badly beaten and tied up. She obviously untied them and didn't even have a driving license, I don't think, but got them to hospital.
Sure.
She phoned the school and said, I want everybody at the school to be informed that I've been raped. And then came on to Carte Blanche, not fuzzed out like we are now, and told me her story.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that courage. I can't imagine it, to go and tell the nation what has happened to you as a young girl like that. I think it probably had the most effects on me of any story. And I actually, even now telling you that story, I feel a little bit of a chill. She went on to get, I think it was 7 A's in matric a few weeks later. And you know what it was with her? It wasn't anger. It was just, I guess, a huge disappointment in the human race, but also an amazing forgiveness and not condemning the whole nation.
Yeah, sure.
And
I think that was
powerful.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
Wow.
Very powerful.
Wow. So Derek Watts, in closing, what advice would you give to somebody wanting to follow in your footsteps? Don't. No, I'm joking.
Depends if you want to earn money or not.
Yes.
I think
it's
if
a
you
lot
want
of
to earn
work.
money, rather be
tough schedule, right?
No, it is tough. I mean, it's tough in that you don't know what's coming up next, including a baseball bat in the car park. But there's no schedules. I don't know what I'm doing next week, what story I'm doing next week.
Wow.
But what can I say? The best advice I can give is Dan Rather. Have you heard of Dan Rather? He was famous American broadcaster over years and years. So he was retiring, and a reporter came up and said, Dan, what is the secret of your success? And he and he said, curiosity. So the reporter said, but Dan, is that all? And he said, that's everything.
Wow, that is so awesome, man.
I can't believe how people who sometimes are reporters who aren't curious. You've got to be curious.
You've got to be.
And I think, I don't have any great skills, but I am curious, and you've got to be in this field. I go and play golf at times with somebody who I must ask 100 questions by the 18th. And I like asking questions. And I don't want them to ask about Carte Blanche. They might ask, have you got a cat or a dog? Have you got kids? Or what car do you drive?
Yes.
But it's amazing to me that some people, I don't know if they're scared to ask questions. And I sat for a painful night for about 4 or 5 hours with Jack Nicklaus, the golfer.
Oh, wow,
the
yeah.
opening of an estate. And I sat with him, table of 4. So there's not a lot of scope for talking to other people.
Yes.
And I asked Jack so many questions. And I heard how Jack gets up at 9 in the morning. And Jack does his exercises. And Jack, what he eats, time he goes to bed.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, Jack of all trades. But I think he could have just thrown in one question: what do you do, or why are you sitting here?
Yeah.
And why are you so tall?
Yeah, that is a good question, right? Yeah.
So that's my humble advice.
Thank you. Where can people find you on social media? I know that you're very active on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes,
what is your Twitter handle?
It's at Derek Watts, and Derek is D-R-E-K, because you also get Derek Watts and the Sunday Blues, who are my good friends.
Band, yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
They're great.
Yeah,
We've done stories together, and I love them. So mine is just at Derek Watts on Twitter.
Okay.
And don't book face, as some people call it.
Yeah, there we go. Derek Watts, thank you so much,
great
sir.
to chat to you.
Thank you, man.
Lovely
I really
to
appreciate
see
it.
you.
Thank you.
After a few years, magic to meet you again.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Another episode of Talking Point with Stephen Taylor. Make sure you are connecting with me on social media. At Stephen Taylor is where you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. I do the Facebook thing. But there we go. We'll catch you back next week, same time, same place. God bless. Bye-bye.